And we begin the broadcast with a CNN News 18 mega exclusive brought to us by Manoj Gupta. We're learning of tensions that are spiraling along the Durand line with both Pakistan and Afghanistan moving heavy artillery to frontline posts. Intel sources are reporting intense military activity and continuous drone surveillance by Pakistan. Intelligence inputs also warn that a full-scale clash could break out at any moment, with key sectors including Shaman, Angur, Adda, Khurram and Torkham placed on the highest alert possible. So Durand line is currently on the edge and there are tensions that are prevailing. A full-scale clash can break out any minute now is what we are learning of through intel sources that have given this information to Manoj Gupta. We are also in fact learning of continuous drone surveillance, particularly by Pakistan. My colleague Akanksha Swaroop with more on this. Akanksha?
It's just that have been shared by Security Affairs Editor Manoj Gupta. What we are being told is that there's been intense movement that has been reported on both sides of the Durand line, on the Pakistani side as well as on the Afghanistan side as well. And as you rightly highlighted in those inputs, there is drone movement also which has been spotted. Let me also share all of those areas in around the Durand line which have been put on high alert. We are being told that Angur, Adda, Chaman Spin Boldik, Khurram, Nangarhar and Torkham, which remember is the very crucial trade transit route. All of these areas have been put on high alert. Most importantly, Griha, what we are being told is there is movement of artillery on both sides. So we can expect an escalation of tensions. Why is this happening? Remember on Tuesday, Afghanistan has accused Pakistan of conducting overnight strikes deep into their eastern province, which of course includes Kunar. It also includes Paktika and coast areas. And remember, this disturbance that we are seeing, or the breakout of fresh violence, is being reported after more than a month of ceasefire which had been brokered by Turkey and by Qatar. But that clearly has not been holding up. Yesterday, the Pakistan DGISPR had an informal interaction with the Pakistani media where he clearly denied the allegations. They said that Afghanistan is accusing them falsely. So there's an inherent contradiction over here, because if the DGISPR is saying that Pakistan is not responsible for these overnight strikes which killed 10 civilians on Tuesday night in Afghanistan, then why is there movement of heavy artillery at the same time?
Right, Akanksha, I'm really sorry to interrupt you. We have Colonel Dev who's joining us on the broadcast. Colonel Rohit Dev, thank you so much for being a part of this conversation. We are learning of this conflict and how the volatility remains as far as the Durand line is concerned. What really is going on between Afghanistan and Pakistan?
So, just to put it very plainly, one is happy that Afghanistan realizes that the snake in their backyard is Pakistan. And this was bound to take shape. It has taken its own time. Pakistan has never followed or done anything in the interest of Afghanistan. Pakistan has done, a lot of trade with opium and things like that, misused the resources. And eventually, on platter, it was served for 20 years to the US to do what they did in Afghanistan. And I think whether you call it good or bad Taliban in whatever context globally in terms of terrorism or otherwise, but it's a nation by itself. And sovereignty of a nation is very, very important. And that is what Afghanistan is trying to express by, reapproaching the world without that veil of hardcore terrorism. They are becoming softer and much more mature in terms of geopolitics. And we have seen how they have been interacting, especially with the country and our country as such, India. Pakistan actually will have a lot of problems going forward. This entire, fiasco just emanating on the Durand line is just the beginning. Pakistan must realize that while they created the assets of the good Taliban, there have been a lot of infiltration into their own ranks, into their own territories. And that is where Afghanistan is now making it clear that relationship with Pakistan is not to the best interest of Afghanistan itself. So while the weapon infusion, the narco trade and everything flourished that time and people made money on all sides, India has taken a very, very humanitarian approach. And in that approach, we have, since beginning, built up only assets for prosperity of Afghanistan, whether it be projects of humanitarian nature or building of facilities and things like that.
Okay.
And today we are in much more commanding position diplomatically with Afghanistan to take that conversation ahead. So you will be appreciative of the fact, and viewers must understand, that no matter what happened with Taliban at the time of the regime change, we have not suffered any losses as far as Indian assets and interests are concerned in Afghanistan.
Okay.
And when I say assets, I mean these assets which we have created in terms of hospitals and other assets as well.
Right.
So I think today, Pakistan actually was trying to create a situation, and with the Trump administration, when they signed off for whatever they signed off, crypto and beyond, these people were trying to put again Afghanistan on a platter to be, exploited. And I think it's a very, very good strategic move, especially by India and friends of India, to ensure that the humanitarian causes and prosperity causes take center stage, and this era of exploitation of Afghanistan ends, and Pakistan is rattled. And in that rattling business, Pakistan is making a lot of forays into the territory of Afghanistan, trying to redefine the Durand line. And I'm quite sure any sovereign country like Afghanistan and the fighting spirit they have, they will not allow Pakistan to go ahead with this nefarious design. And that is in the interest of India as well. So no matter Khwaja Sharif or Munir, they think they can fight one front, two front, three front war. The problem is a terrorist nation like Pakistan will not be able to fight any war because they are so radicalized and ingrained in their philosophy and the outcomes of those philosophies that they will be actually stretched out of shape to fight any conventional war. And fighting with Afghanistan is not any conventional war. It's a hybrid guerrilla warfare kind of a situation. They will have a lot of, kind of actions taking place within Pakistan, and they have to bear the brunt of what they have caused in the past. And they have also to bear the, consequences of what is going to happen in the future. And India should be more than willing to assist a country like Afghanistan going forward to retain its sovereignty as well. So Bagram or no Bagram, I think we are very good friends with Afghanistan, and Pakistan is a global pariah of terrorism, and they must suffer the consequences.
Right. Colonel Dev, thank you so much for that perspective of yours. We continue to have Akanksha with us. Akanksha, this entire latest cycle of violence traces back to October this year, when Pakistan had launched those airstrikes into Afghan territory, claiming that they are targeting these TTP positions. And that went into these areas that you're talking about, whether it's Paktika province or Jalalabad for that matter. Now again, there is a retaliation that has come from Pakistan's way. There is a civilian panic that we are learning of from Afghanistan, and they have reacted to those attacks. What about that?
It's very important to highlight that Pakistan continues to equate the TTP with the Afghan Taliban regime, as was highlighted by the DG ISPR of Pakistan again yesterday. They are saying that if TTP continues with its attacks, it is the Afghan Taliban which is responsible, and henceforth Pakistan is in a position to attack Afghan Taliban or the Afghan regime from any point, anywhere, which includes even Afghanistan. Remember, this is we've seen an escalation in this kind of rhetoric after the Monday attack that took place on Peshawar's building, where they lost 3 officers, and they were very quick in jumping the gun by holding Afghan Taliban responsible.
I'm really sorry, we are getting a very important piece of news break, so we are cutting across to that.